Hello everyone, this is Tim, and this is going to be another video about just a sentence that GMs can use, and it's kind of meant to be a tip or a hint or just as a friendly reminder to players. So the GM says, is there anything else that you want to do? Now, there's like two sides to this phrase. If you're a player and you hear this phrase, is there anything else you want to do? You really need to step back, kind of put your thinking caps on and think, okay, we're obviously missing something huge here. There's some avenue or some option that we're not even considering. Let's take a moment and brainstorm and just try to, try to figure it out, what's going on. If you are the GM and you say this phrase, and if you say this phrase a lot, there might be something that you're doing that maybe you shouldn't be. If you're running some sort of game where there's lots of hidden information that they have to find, they have to dig up, those sorts of things. Or if you're running a game where you have the set solution in mind, and if they don't come up with that set solution, they're not going to get through the adventure or the campaign or whatever the case is. If you're saying this a lot, you might want to think about what you're giving your players and what you make them roll for to find. You might not be giving them enough information. You might, it might be crystal clear in your mind, but in the player's mind, they're getting frustrated. They're like, what the hell, man? It's like we've been looking around, we've been asking questions. They want to just throw their hands up in the air and say, I'm frustrated. I don't know what's going on. I give up. I don't care. I'm going to go play video games. So you have to be careful. You don't want to frustrate your players, but at the same time you want something to be a challenge for them. Some players like puzzles, other players don't. Some players like ferreting out information, other ones are just waiting until the combat starts. So depending on what your players are, you really have to change things up and figure out what they want to do. So if you're a player and you hear this phrase, just think about your options and try to think outside the box. Step outside the forest and look back and see if there's some glaring option that's like flashing red, that's like this is the win button, and for some reason you just can't think of it. But there's that thing, it's just sometimes players don't get it. They don't know what the GM is trying to say. There's some communication breakdown or barrier, and it's just not working. So that's my thought on that phrase. I tend to say it from time to time. Have a good one.